What up, nation? Welcome to another edition of the WiseTake MLB DFS Wise stream. CK013 here. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013, and I, of course, am from the WiseTake Nation, which you can find on other social media platforms listed above, directly at WiseTake.com. If you're looking to take your DFS game to the next level, we are a premium DFS content provider, as well as a DFS community designed to help make you a better DFS player. Go check us out. Day passes available. If you're new to this channel, welcome. You've come to the right place with some free fire DFS content. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss out on any of the free content we put out, which right now is MLB slates covering Monday through Friday, meaning we stream Sunday night through Thursday night with the first look. Also hit the like button, leave some comments. Those of you who are not watching this live, leave some comments as well. Get it bumping, like to hear back some feedback, like to see some discussion. We are a community after all, and a community only is really a thing when people are interacting. Other than that, I appreciate you. Okay, we've got a massive slate after having that kind of a bullshit slate, right? A 2-game DraftKings main slate, a 3-game FanDuel slate, kind of bullshit. I don't really know why. I guess it was a travel thing. I guess that's what it was. Pat Bush, what's going on, man? Good to see you in the YouTube chat, man. As always, on point. But yeah, so we have a massive slate to make up for the 3-game slate from yesterday. Maybe that's what it is, right? I mean, I guess so. Nobody played. Everybody was off, so everybody's gonna play today. It's fucking huge, real big. What is that? 15 games we got to get through. So not gonna waste any time, right? Let's go ahead and start off with some top pitchers here, and we got some good ones, man. Shane Bieber, Glasnow, Walker Buehler. You got Carlos Rodon. Robbie Ray's been awesome this year. We got Aaron Nola. I think that's like the first tier to me. Is Bieber through Nola is probably the first tier. And of this group, I would want to put Bieber and Glasnow on their own turf. I want to kind of throw in Walker Buehler simply because he plays Pittsburgh, and I guess Rodon, I'm not really showing him a ton of respect this year. I guess we could throw him in the mix, but really though, for cash games, it's Bieber or Glasnow for me. That's it, right? Tournaments is where you can try to get a little bit different, get a little bit funky. But Bieber and Glasnow are the top SP1s. I think Pablo Lopez price is very intriguing, playing Colorado, but at home in Miami. 8-7 for Pablo, not bad. Framber Valdez plays Boston. Kind of starting off with a bang. Made him the cover boy just because. 77% ground ball rate so far through his 2 starts. Remember, he was hurt for most of the season. We can take a look and see if we look at his numbers from last year. If I can find this mother sucker. Pretty much on par, right? To where he was. He had a really good year last year. But he's playing Boston. He just blanked them. He just destroyed them. And now he's playing them in Boston. It's hard to do it to a team twice, especially like so close together. I think Sonny Gray at 8,400 definitely in play. The numbers look good. Everything looks good. We take a look at the Milwaukee Brewers. They are the second lowest WRC plus against righties. 26% K rate still in effect. 288 WOBA. Sonny Gray is 8,400 on DraftKings. That is a very good price. I think Alex Wood is also worth a look playing Texas. If we take a look at the Texas Rangers against lefties, only a 23.6% K rate. Not as high as you would expect, but a 135 ISO, 293 WOBA, and an 87 WRC plus. 87, that is. So I think Alex Wood is a fine play. Only 8K on DraftKings. I'm digging it. Dinelson Lumet. What's the deal with Dinelson Lumet? I mean, this is a guy that was really good at one point, right? Before his little injury. 72 pitches against the Cubs. Only went 4 innings, but he did throw 72 pitches. That's promising. He's 7-3 on DraftKings. Maybe they up the ante a little bit. Maybe the other, and he's been a little unlucky. 367 BABIP, a little on the unlucky side. I think Lumet is definitely in play for tournaments. He needs an interesting tournament play against Kansas City. Heaney strikeout rate looks good. His numbers scream that he's got positive regression coming, but we just haven't seen it. But the strikeout rate is healthy. The problem is Kansas City is just really pesky. The positive is despite a 21.3% K rate, a 139 ISO, 297 WOBA, and an 88 WRC plus. So I think Heaney's also in the mix. That's gonna do it for my initial. These are the guys that stand out to me the most, right? As far as offenses go, expect Oakland. It's not a great park, but expect Oakland to get some traction against Duplantier, whose numbers are just horrific. Oakland a pretty good team. The park's not good. We know that. The Giants. The Giants have been a pretty good offense this year. In fact, if we look at their numbers against righties, you'll see despite a 27% K rate, they do have a 187 ISO, a 320 WOBA, and a 104 WRC plus against righties. I think they're definitely in play. The Mets will get a crack at Bruce Zimmerman, who has been a troll for a good portion of this season for me. But the numbers they're not good. The Mets are playing in Baltimore. This is a massive park boost for them. They have not been great against lefties. 96 WRC plus, 301 WOBA, 144 ISO, 24.7% K rate. Keep in mind, however, that they just recently kind of got healthy. So we want to keep that in mind. But either way, anytime a team's going into Baltimore, we're interested. Davies is another one, 13% K rate. XFIP is over 5.5. That's just crazy. He's playing the Padres. It's not like an ideal park or anything like that, but just a circumstance. Right? Seymour's been terrible, but Cleveland sucks. Cleveland's offense is not good, but Seymour's been terrible, really bad, and so has St. Louis's bullpen. So that maybe I should be moving that to the what to watch segment, but I'm speaking on it a little prematurely, right? Tampa Bay's playing Leicester. I want to attack Leicester desperately, but Tampa Bay. Well, first of all, Leicester's kind of been a troll, right? He just did it against the Braves. Tampa Bay is a 30% K rate to lefties, a 151 ISO, 293 WOBA, 91 WRC plus. I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to attack John Lester. That's it for the super obvious offenses. I thought we'll get into the what to watch, and one of them is Chris Bubic. My apologies. His xFIP is over double, and his Sierra over double his ERA. We anticipate regression coming. He's playing the Angels, who should be extremely low owned. Remember, they are a little banged up. We want to keep that in mind. And they haven't been particularly good to lefties. 21.9% K rate's not bad, but 165 mediocre-ish ISO, 315 WOBA, 103 WRC plus. But this guy does have regression coming, so I'm curious to see what kind of wins out there. Drew Smiley. His numbers are not good. Gives up a ton of fly balls. He's playing Philly. In Philly, one of the better hitting parks in the game. If we take a look at Philly. Let's see if I can find these. So Philly, a 161 ISO, 322 WOBA, 103 WRC plus. Not terrible. 29.3% K rate against lefties. So I'm curious. Smiley's strikeout stuff has not been great. 21.1% mediocre, right? This guy gives up a lot of hard contact and a lot of fly balls, but the Phillies swing and miss a lot. But they could be one of the top stacks of the night, just based off everything else. Matt Boyd, I guess I could have talked about a little bit more in the top pitchers, but to me, he's more of a what to watch, right? xFIP and Sierra are not good. Strikeout rate not nearly as high as it's been in the past. He's a fly ball guy. Only thing is he's playing Seattle, and Seattle has a 28% K rate against lefties, the third lowest WRC plus, a 280 WOBA, and a 164 ISO. Whatever that's worth. Anybody on Narrative Street curious to see what happens with Montgomery against the Twins? Montgomery's numbers are decent. I think Donaldson recently called out Garrett Cole for the cheating stuff, which, by the way, man, it seems like pretty much everybody's. Bauer's pretty much all but admitted that he's doing it. It's funny, man. I got attacked on Twitter I was pissed when Bauer signed with the Dodgers. I was mad. Do I think Bauer is cheating? Yes. Do I think Bauer is a good pitcher? Yes. Do I think Bauer is doing this for a reason? Yeah. And I really think the reason that he's doing what he's doing is because he's noticing all these other pitchers getting away with it, and he feels like it's not fair that he's trying to play by the rules, and these other guys are getting paid massive contracts by cheating. Does it make a difference? Yes. His spin rate is significantly high. I mean, the dude said he knows of a way to increase his spin rate by 400 RPM. And what do you know? Like, he gets traded, he gets to the Reds, and then that's exactly what happens to his spin rate. So that whole baseball thing is something to keep an eye on. There's been a lot of perfect games. They changed ball manufacturers or whatever to deaden the ball a little bit. And when you combine that with these pitchers using substances to increase their spin rate, which increases movement on the ball, and you get yourself less home runs, less offense, a whole lot of no hitters. So yeah, shout out to those of you who said I was saying that to Bauer because I was bitter. Because I was bitter. I was mad he didn't sign with me, but I did not say the whole thing asking him when I sent the tweet asking, are you going to continue to cheat or are you going to stop? That was legit. Would I have said it if he signed with the Mets? Fuck no, I wouldn't have said it. I'm a Met fan. But yeah, that part wasn't like, that was just me asking a question. And the way I asked him the question, yeah, that was me being pissed. But listen, I in all honesty, I was mad at the time as a Met fan. But shout out to Bauer, man. You're right. If these other guys are getting away with it because the league's not enforcing it, I mean, Garrett Cole, Garrett Cole, man, his name's been thrown around a lot with cheating. And you know what? He hasn't been so good lately. And you know what? His spin rate has been down lately. And it happens to be around the time the MLB said they're going to start cracking down on these foreign substances. Interesting, right? Anyway, let's get into the Dong Watch, and then we will call it a wrap. Home runs. Let's find some home runs. I'll go Matt Olson against Duplantier, whatever. I'm going with Olson. Let's go with Pete Alonso out in Baltimore. We'll go Pete Alonso. And don't forget, Nation, this is a first look show, right? We do this the night before. We kind of look for the obvious things that stand out the most. Don't forget to check out my Core Plays article at WiseTake.com, if you remember. That's kind of where I write my final strategy. The teams I'm really going in on to stack, the pitching I'm using for tournaments, the pitchers I think you should use for cash, things like that. So go check it out there. Paulie D also does his DFS dirt sheet, which is pretty awesome. We got projections, all that shit available. But last but not least, let's go Jose Ramirez. I'm going with a Cleveland anyway. I don't need all of Cleveland, but I'll take J-Ram against Seymour because that's how bad Seymour's been. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us, Nation. I appreciate y'all as always hanging out with me live, hanging out after the fact don't matter. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Continue to hit the like button on your way out. Do dirties. To thy neighbors. And, as always, good luck.